Hi, hello, g'day, kia ora, welcome to the studio. Hi, I'm Paula from Moxy Mojo, and this is day 6 of Dephemerember 2023, your ephemera inspiration for December. Thanks for joining me for today's prompts. Feel free to craft along or sit back and enjoy my take on the prompts from Louisa and Barbara. Today's prompt is selfie in a bubble. Whoever suggested this, at least the selfie portion, I have a bone to pick with you. I hate having my photo taken. I really, really hate it. In fact, I was trying to think of other ways in which I could do this prompt. But in the end, I relented and took a selfie. It was a struggle. And there have been times when I still haven't wanted to use it, but here it is. So this is just this one enlarged in case I wanted to see myself life size. But to be honest, I'm going for this one because this is just too big. So let's just put that out of the way. I'll give it to my husband and he can do with it what he wants. So I've printed this on matte paper. So it's not shiny. So it's matte photo paper on the white side, which I hope was the side I'm supposed to be printing on. I don't know, the instructions weren't very clear. Now, I really didn't know what to do with this once I decided to do my photo, but I've come up with an idea that I think will be kind of versatile. So we need one of these. It's an L-shaped pocket and it's folded at the side and then sealed on one side. You could use like the plastic pockets for laminating. You could use leftover plastic from packaging. It's entirely up to you, but I have a stash of these, and so what I'm going to do is trim this down so that it's big enough for this. Now this is, and if you can see through there, maybe not, some packaging for Edmund's Cake in a Cup, my dessert of choice if I can get away with it, and I need to stock up. But I've cut the box up and I have painted it very roughly with gesso on both sides. That was mainly just to hide all the colour on this side. So what I'm going to do is put my photo on here and kind of wrap it around the edges so that I know it's going to stay on there. And then I'll put some coffee dyed paper or something over the back to turn it into like a journal card that I can write on. With this, we're going to trim it into size. So what I need to do is do this bit first so we know what size this is going to be. We'll put that aside for now. We'll move this because we don't need the cutting board just yet. And here we go. Now because this is smaller, I'm going to take this to here and I'm going to put it with the printed side down. Because there's more colour on here, it should hide better under there. And I am using my Crafter's Choice craft glue, as this is the glue that is acetone based. I got it right this time. And doesn't make your paper buckle when you use it. So I'm just going to clean the spout, nose, pointy bit, call it what you like. And we'll put that over there, and we're going to And just quietly talk amongst yourselves while we wait for the glue to get down the bottom. And here we go. So I'm not doing too much, I just want a thin bead around the outside, just to make sure that is well and truly stuck, and then little zigzags. I don't know what it is, I try and do this evenly, so I divide the back into like 4 or 3. Right, lie you down, get rid of any glue squiggles, and now, and I've sort of cut this out evenly so I know it's square, so long as I can eyeball this near enough, then we should be hunky-dory for getting it square. Now, to be honest, I'm not going to worry about that little bit of glue squirting out the side. I'm more just trying to make sure it's pressed down. I'm not going to rub the photo just in case I scratch something on it. I don't want a big scratch across my face. And now, because I'm happy that that's stuck down, I'm going to just trim the, I'll just use scissors. Just going to trim these so that they're roughly the same size. I have no idea what I'm trimming off myself. Hopefully it's not too painful. Can't feel any headache, so it must be alright. Right, so that's about even now. Where we'll get rid of that lot. Now, much like when we're covering a journal, we're going to trim across these, like mitering the corners. So we're coming just a little way out from the corners, leaving enough there to cover the height of the cardboard that we are covering. So get rid of those little wee corner bits. Now we're going to do the bottom and top first, and I'm using the edge of that card kind of like a ruler or an edger or something like a what's the word, to help me like score the edge of the photo where I'm folding it up. So now I'm going to put a little bit of glue along here, if it's going to come out. I don't want too much because I don't want it squirting everywhere. And then fold that down, and we might just need to press and hold for a wee bit. Now this time I will clear off any excess glue, and that's looking nicely crunched up there. We'll do the other end exactly the same. Not too much glue, but making sure you get right out to that edge. Oops, glue everywhere. It's one thing I hate about. Whoops, and I forgot to do that bit. So fold that up, and we're just finger pressing, or thumb pressing in this case. And then we're going to push that down, make sure we've got good adhesion. Just need to press and hold for a wee bit. Now, on these end bits, we are just going to make sure they are pressed down just on the edge of that cardboard. And now we're going to fold up and again finger press this end. And this is where we see if I've done my mitering all right. Oh, it's a bit close there. And we're going to push that down, but we don't want that to glue down just yet. And so we're going to do the press up with the same side. And glue down. And press that over. You might just remember, press and hold, make sure it's really stuck down well. Clean any glue off, and now we've got a big glue blob coming out, so we're going to clean that off so we don't get that everywhere. I think it's because it's so hot in this room at the moment that my glue is being extra runny and uncooperative today. Right, and here we go, and then we can put the cap on. So there we go, that's that side. Right, clean that glue bobble off and stand you up so we don't have any more rubbish from you. A wee bit of extra overflow on there, so we will just rub that off, make sure that side is adhered well, and then we're going to just shake that off. That looks all right. So now the big question is that going to fit in there? Yes, it should do. So now we need some coffee dyed paper. For on there. Somewhere in my secret stash, what have we got? Ooh, that's some cool looking one. Well, that one looks quite cool too. I'll maybe go for that one. So now we are going to adhere this onto here. Now we can put that as close as we want there, but let's flip over, and so we want to leave a slight, a very slight border there. So make sure that that is straight on that side. We're straight there. We're going to mark where we want it to go, which is there and there. So now we will put that aside. Bring up our faithful guillotine, who I think I need to come up with a name for him. Alright, now, so there's my first mark. So we're flat against there, and that's our mark. We want right on there. Is it flat? Yep. And trim. And then we need to do the same here. So flat against there. There is our mark. And trim. Thank you, my love. Stand up. Right, so here we go. That is what we want. Now this should fit, if I've cut it properly, exactly over there. Very nice. Ooh, which side though? Oh, that was my original side. I was going to do that. But that side or that side. Nah, I think I kind of like that side. Okay, so we're gluing this. Get rid of the globby bit. I knew I should have left this lying on its side, but no. So now we're going to, because this is a smaller bit, we're gluing this. And again, just very fine line of glue. Make sure we're going up to the edge as close as possible. But not too close, because I don't want it splooting at the side. But if needs be, I can always use my art glitter glue, which has a nozzle that's much finer than this one, just to fix any bits where it hasn't glued. And we're doing this again, just going all the way across. Alright, and I think that's all we need you for. Now, so bring you sideways because it's easier for me to manage, but make sure that you can still see. And here, now I know that this is a very fine border all around. There we go. Press you on. Needs to go that way a wee bit if I can move it. Don't think I can. Right, well, there you are. Whoops. Chain dingling dangling on the tripod. Okay, now that. And just to give you an ultra squish down, make sure there's no doubt as to where you're supposed to be. And there we are. Oh, hide that face. Now, that side's good, but we might need to trim on that side because as I've glued it down, yeah, it has gone that way a little bit. But that's okay. We can trim because we have the technology and the scissors to do the job. If in doubt, don't be afraid to trim. Right, that looks better. Can't see that. So now, back to our pocket to put this in. So now, because my sewing machine's upstairs, I took one of these and I cut a bit off, and then I've sewn up the edges. So what I've done is I've zigzagged up the edge and up the edge here, but I've left a little gap top and bottom. Now hopefully, and now's the time to test, the journal card will fit in here. So now I did have to cut the little finger pull tab thingy because the other one was in the wrong place. The one from this edge here. And I'll tell you now, my hole punch did not work. I had to cut it with scissors. So that is going to fit in there, and it just pokes out the top, so I can pull this out and put something else in there. But I like this perfectly good side, and it will fit whatever we want. Now I'll leave those threads hanging unless they begin to annoy me too much. So the next thing we're going to do is, how do we attach this to the page? So we have our journal, and I've decided where I'm going to put it, and I've decided sort of a couple of prompts ahead because I wanted to determine where to go, and I'm putting it on this page here. So this is ordinary copy of paper that I stuck between some tissues that I'd used to pick up some excess. It was either mists or inks, and then I dried the pile over a couple of days, and this is what these turned out to. I've also got some somewhere in here. Oh, there we go. Brown pages. So we've got this one, and then we have one back here as well. So I mean, this is a really cool idea to do if you want something different, and you can do it in whatever colours you like. So now this one, I thought about going here, but I have a tendency, being right-handed, to put things on the right side. So we're going over here, and I like it because it's on an angle. And I put these A4 pages in on an angle to make them higher and spread out the height when they were in there. So if you can see that, we've got like this bit's higher than this, but then the bottom bit's lower to make the page look taller. So we're going to put this here after all that yabbering. And we need, the way I figured of doing it that would be best is to use some mini brads. And these are from Tim Holt's long-legged brad thingy, what's-its, I think, that he sold. There was 3 colours in a pack. I've taken them out of the pack now. But that's what we're going to use. So I was going to use this, but I'm not sure if, I only want one, not 2 of you, 1. Not sure if they are going to be big enough to cover that hole. I don't think so. So instead, what we might do is use an awl. Hopefully this one should create a big enough hole, and for the brad legs and through both the plastic and the page. So I want that there. I'm kind of lining it up with the side of the page and the bottom, because it's got to be inside there, otherwise we're going to hit the fold. So it's going to be about 2 mils out and 2 mils up. So here goes. Now what I might do is put that eraser underneath, because then I can poke into that and not my finger. So, yep, that went through. So I'm going to put these in as I do them to hold this in place. So Brad goes through, yep, goes through nicely, and then we're going to open that up. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to do to cover that, and that has slipped down a wee bit, has it? Just a smidge, but that's okay, that's still enough. So now we're going to put that underneath again and do hole number 2. And Brad number 2. And I may need to trim that one because it's just hanging down the bottom of the page, but that's okay. We will worry about that afterwards. Now we're going to put that under there and poke hole number 3. Actually, what I'll do is put it on an angle. That might be better. Still might need a trim. And put Brad number 3 in there. And there you go. That one fits on an angle alright. So it's only that corner one there. And so that's got 3 in, so we just have the last one to do, and hopefully we can get in there. We might not be able to get in close enough because it's so close to that joint, so just keep my fingers out the way. I think we've gone through there all right, and thank you. And we've got our last one in through the hole. Flip you over, and I'll make sure you're up and down this time. Right, there. So now we've got that picture in there. We haven't got the thread stuck in there, that's good. Whoops, I've got the thread stuck under there though. Right, so, selfie, done. Now we've got the second part. Subtle, subtle is not in my name. Selfie in a bubble. Okay, alright, put this away before I hurt myself. Alright, we're done with this for the moment. It will be back. I'll be back. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Right. I designed some bubble sheets. Now, unfortunately, my grey bubbles printed on everything but what I wanted them to print. This was the matte photo paper for my first attempt at doing my selfie. Instead, I got bubbles. This was my second attempt at printing the grey bubbles, and this was my third and fourth attempt, which was where I gave up. So we have a grey bubbles version and we have a coloured bubbles version. They're exactly the same, just imagine this in this colourway. So I've printed them on sticker paper. It's clear sticker paper. Well, clear in that when you pull the paper off, the sticker has actually got a frosted look to it. So I thought that would look pretty cool for bubbles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you here and go and cut out all these bubbles and then come back to you when they're done. And then, I mean, for me it'll be some time cutting these out because I'm hopeless at cutting circles out. But for you it will be the blink of an eye. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cut out all my coloured circles, the grey circles, and then I've also cut out the half circles, and I've split the 2 circles that had part of it printed twice because they look too different, so I've kind of split them apart because I thought, well, I could always still put them over like the edge of the page. So if we need them, we've got them, but I've at least got a pretty good selection of the other ones. So what I thought I'd do is just kind of put these over these 2 pages. And the obvious one that I'm going to do first, and you can all complain, is that. Just because I have to, because of my dislike of photos of myself so much. I'm probably going to put another one there, but I need to bear in mind this finger pull there and my centre seam. So then I'm just going to spread these over the page. Now, I want to use some of these grey ones as well. So I thought that would kind of be a feature over there. And then we've got some small ones here, but maybe we could put like that one there, because again I've got to bear in mind the corner of the page. Now, when I was cutting out, just something while I remember, I started off cutting right on the edge of the shape. But I actually then decided, well, no, I'd rather cut just outside the shape. So it's only like a millimetre or so around there of a gap. But A, it was so much less stressful than having to cut right on the circle line, and B, I don't think you're going to see it anyway when I take the stickers off. So we'll put these all down. There we go. It doesn't really matter which one goes there. And I'm trying to work from sort of largest down to smallest, just as like an idea of what I want to put where. That's kind of where we're going. So now we're going to try and peel them off and put them in place. So this is probably going to be the most difficult part of all. And I'm going to aim this part for like, there's my source of light. So as long as I'm aiming that at my scallop, then we should be right. Okay, now as I take that off, you will see how it's got like a frosty look. that's okay, we know that. So we're aiming at the scallop, and there we go, one down. First one down. Let's see what she looks like. Pretty cool. Right, now I don't want to move these too much or else I'll forget where I'm putting them all. So do we want the red? I think we want the red over the top of that one. So if we kind of shift those up a wee bit. Hello, Paula. Oh, that one peeled nice and easy. And I might hold on to like these larger ones. And now, hang on, move you up just a smidge more. And we're going to go right over there. I'm putting down one side and just kind of walking it over to the other. Now we're going to put this one on. They're actually peeling a bit easier than I thought. Thought I was going to have trouble. Now where's our scallop? Over there. And we're going to come down, and this one could be a wee bit awkward because we're kind of on the stitching. But I love this idea. This was the first idea I had for this prompt, and I just love the transparency of it. But it's still frosted, so it's a way of hiding but without hiding and not making it too obvious. Right, so where's our light? Over there. And there's our centre. And this one here is going to go there. And just need to push these down over these textured bits of like the stitching. Now I know that these are this is a very sticky self-adhesive label paper, so that's why I'm not worrying about having to put glue down. Now this one here was up there, but we've got to make sure we don't go over the top of that envelope or pocket edge, or else we won't be able to get this out. And one of the reasons I like this idea and being able to get things out is it means that you can, say you put this in a journal, you can swap out the journal card once it is full. Oops, now I was going to put that one underneath. Never mind. I'm going to put this one over here, just on the side. Now, I'm going to might do the grey one next and then the green on top. Oops. There goes a couple of these sticker backings. They stuck to my arm. And I feel like I need to put another one right over my face. Alright, and then this one is now, whoops, no, don't stick, don't stick. I'm just trying to bear in mind there, as well as that side, as well as there. Oh, just over the top. So I might just have to trim that one. just a smidge. I'll come back and check that one afterwards. Right, so I might just have to put that grey one there. We'll see. I might put one of the others there, so hang on. No, that's the only spare full one we've got. Now I'm just going to put these bits out of the way. Now, this one over here on this side first, because this is a part one. Now, this one I might need to just rearrange my journal. Because I want to make sure I am getting it right on the edge. I can always trim off, that's not a problem, but I can't add on. Alright, so yes, I do need to trim off, and I might just put that under there because I don't want feathers getting stuck onto it. Now, kind of had these about there-ish. Right, I know this one was on the bottom. Right, so bottom of the page, be careful. There. Right, so we're going to put that blue one on next, I think. This is just so much fun and so easy. And I like that we've got something functional there, but then we're bringing this over to the whole 2 pages. Now here we go, we've got a big pink one, so we kind of go over the blue and the grey. There. Right, and then we're going to do that. Just going to make it up as we go now. We got this green one. And this one is going to go right up here, close to the edge. And sort of the milky or frosty look of these stickers does kind of make them look like bubbles, because a lot of bubbles have that sort of frosted feel to them. Right, so we've got grey there, so maybe we put another grey one there. Whoops, the other way up though. Oh. Yeah, I think about there. And then I might put that one there. Oh, that was that spare one. Oops. Oh, never mind. Right, so we're going for orange now. And we've got a little bit orange brown there, so we'll go over you. Now, we might put you kind of over there. Because you can circle that kind of lump or spot on the page, and that makes you look a little bit darker. Then we've got 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put this grey one over here. just because I can, because I really just don't like my smile. And I'm tempted to put another one there, but I shouldn't be negative. Right, pink one, I think you are going up there. And yellow one, where do you want to call home? Hey, you want to go down there, or you can go there, or there's actually no reason why you can't go there. Kind of under there, that's quite a cool idea. Maybe under there. So we'll put you there. Now I'm just going to have to be careful as I put this one down, because I want to slide it in underneath the whole pocket. There we go. So there. Now we can pull our journaling card out. If I slip it down. And so that's what we're left with there. Move that out of the way. And that's our page, which is Selfie in a bubble. So we've got like the plastic bubble of this pocket, plus the bubbles in the page decorations. There we go. Done and done. I'm happy with that. And then if you wanted to, you can sort of either journal around here or leave this because of the plastic underneath, and then journal around these bubbles would be quite cool. Or you could just doodle, up to you. But I hope you try this. Now I'm going to make the coloured and grey bubbles available as a freebie on my Ko-fi page. So you will find a link for that down below in the description box. So please feel free to use those for this prompt or for anything else. But please, give me a link or let me know where you've used them. Tag me in your Instagram post, for instance, as hashtag Moxy Mojo, and I will look forward to seeing them all. So I hope you've had fun with this prompt, and I will see you for the next prompt back in the studio. Bye for now.